back at it again, and we have another one with Charlie Kirk and Candace Owens. This is gonna be good. Let's dive in.
Was there ever a point in history where white privilege did exist?
Did? Did he say did?
Was there ever a point in history where white privilege did exist?
Okay, yeah.
No.
Slave days, of course.
Yeah, I suppose when we lived in a country where if you were black, you were not allowed to go into certain places, right? I suppose you could say again, and I guess that wouldn't be white privilege. You would call that Nordic privilege in the progressive era when there were signs that said Irish need not apply. So that's a different. That is white on white, a lack of a privilege. Of course, there's examples in the history of the world on white, a era when there were signs that said Irish need not apply. So that's a different.
There was discrimination against Irish folks. Why is that? Let me know in the comment section.
That is white on white, a lack of a privilege. Of course, there's examples in the history of the world where you would have been privileged if your skin was white, especially in this country and in other countries as well. But today, no, white privilege does not exist.
When did it end?
Over time, beginning with the civil rights era, it's not a particular incident or moment, but multi-generations, the country became significantly less racist. I would say after Reconstruction, after the Civil War, after when we had desegregation, fought the Democrat institutional racism, we fought back against the KKK, when the Civil Rights Act was signed, when blacks were allowed to participate in Major League Baseball, the National Football League, the National Basketball Association, serve an elected office. All those things, contributed to the end of what used to be privilege in society, white privilege.
You said less racist. Is it still somewhat racist?
No. Do you just have questions? I think.
No, you said you wanted a dialogue. We're having a
okay.
conversation.
No.
It's the least racist country in the world.
No, America is not a racist country today.
Is it still racist? So
No.
when did it end?
No.
You can't answer the question.
It ended when it ended.
I just did.
Okay,
No, you didn't. You said less
I will
racist.
answer. I'll answer. I'm answering you.
I think what he's trying to say is that racism still exists. And of course it does. You're always going to have your racist individuals that are always going to be out there. But to the point where it affects people's daily lives, no, not at all. And I said this before, and granted, I'm only one person, but several of you guys have commented in the comment section as well. You've never experienced racism a day in your life. I'm not saying that it doesn't exist, but once again, to the point that it would affect someone's daily life, it doesn't. But yeah, I think he's just trying to be smart alecky about it and say, oh well, it was never erased. Well, I don't think you can just erase that. Like, there's not a button that you can press and say, oh yeah, nobody on this planet can be racist, or nobody in America can be racist. It doesn't work that way. People have their own mind. You can't just hop in people's brains and just hit the delete button on racism. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's what he is expecting to happen or have happened. But y'all let me know. Talk to me.
I just did.
Okay,
No, you didn't. You said
I will
racist.
answer. I'll answer. I'm answering you.
Thank you.
When it stopped being systemic, when there stopped being laws in place that stopped me as a black person doing what you're able to do as a white man.
No, I'm not asking that. Systemic racism is not simply that issue.
Yes, you just asked me to define when this country stopped being racist. That's the answer.
When?
That I can't give you the exact date and time and hour. I'm telling you
Give
when.
me the decade.
What do you
Mid-1970s.
Yeah,
Mid-1970s. So mass incarceration affecting black and brown communities disproportionately
Because
to their population.
they committed more crimes.
They committed more. As to why? Why did they commit more crimes?
Because we ripped apart the family.
Because of their economic situation.
It's
I'm not fucking talking to you, dude.
Whoa.
Why don't wait? Come.
Whoa, easy there, buddy, easy there. My goodness. Just dropped the F-bomb out of nowhere.
Economic situation. I'm not fucking talking to you, dude.
Why don't wait? Come. Why are liberals so angry? I can't figure out why you're angry. Why are you angry?
I'm not a liberal,
right now?
so stop assuming my political
Okay, but
affiliation.
you just came out of nowhere and just start cursing.
No, you invited me up here, raised my hand,
I know,
and
but
you said,
I'm saying
please
you
come
just
up
turned
here.
around and
No,
you're
stop
cursing
trying
at
to change
someone. Why don't you calm down? It's just a conversation.
I'm perfectly calm. I can
Nobody,
curse
you don't
while
have
being
to turn
calm.
around and curse anyone behind you.
I can.
You're okay?
It's a free country, right?
Okay. No, but I'm saying that it's not necessary to have this dialogue for you to turn around and be angry. I do always remark, and I am going to suspect that you are liberal because right now you're trying to sell me my own.
I'm not liberal.
You're selling me my
I
own
just said it.
oppression, so that's a very liberal
I'm not
stance.
liberal.
Usually when a white man stands up and tells me that, yes, this is a racist country and is oppressed, they do tend to be liberal. Only liberals try to sell me my oppression.
But I'm not.
But, okay, I'm not going to assume your
Thanks.
political ideology. So
Yes, I do.
I mean,
Hold on, what they say?
political ideology. So
Yes, I do.
your
If you can hear what some lady in the background yells something at him, and he says, "Yes, I do." If you can hear what she says, let me know in the comment section. I haven't quite caught it. I'm gonna play it one last time. I'm sorry. This is gonna be the last time I'm gonna play it. I promise.
Your political ideology. So here's
Yes, I do.
Yeah, I still didn't catch it. If you caught it, let me know in the comment section.
I mean, to answer your question for me, when the system stops being racist and there's nothing stopping us, and you brought up the prison rates, and you said something that was actually really important. You said it's because their communities have been economically depressed. So that would not be because of the color of your skin. That's economic privilege. If you ask me whether or not I believe in economic privilege, I would tell you yes. If you ask me whether or not I think that somebody born into a family of billionaires will be afforded more privileges in life than somebody that is born in the projects of Chicago, I would say yes, because economic privilege in this country does exist. But there is no law in place that is stopping a person because of the color of their skin from gaining that economic privilege, which is why I do not believe that white privilege, which is based upon the color of your skin, exists.
Is black poverty and white poverty different? Do
No.
they face different?
No, poor is poor.
That's a lie. White people are more likely to be in rural poverty, which is different than urban poverty.
That's because black people don't live in rural parts of America.
What?
That's because black people don't live in rural parts of America.
Why? Historically, why? Why did black people flock?
Because of Lyndon Baines Johnson, urban planning, central planning, great society, where he said, we are going to verticalize the black community, destroy the black father, introduce drugs in the late 1960s, subsidize single motherhood, which used to be 22% in the 1960s, which is now 73%. Only a government program could make something like that happen.
Did it have anything to do with the lynchings in the South and the hostility towards black people in the South?
Well,
He keeps trying to come back around to this. But hey, let's hear him out.
first off, you say
Is there any
you're
reason why they left the South
just
for that reason?
Just so everybody
Is that-
knows, literally not half, you go 1/3 of the people that were lynched in the South were white Republicans. So Republicans were being lynched in the South as well. So let's not pretend that
okay, that's
if
fine,
your
but that's
argument,
not-
if you're
that's not
asking
addressing my
me,
point.
it
You're
seems
just-
like
that's a what about
it
argument.
seems
You
like
just addressed something
you're
else.
no, I just responded.
Does
You
it
said
have
it was a
anything
dialogue.
to do black people leaving the South and going to inner cities and other
He just
parts of
answered
the
that
country
question for you.
have anything to no, I said, does it have anything to do with the KKK
Very little to nothing.
lynchings
Yes.
and violence in the South that black people face?
So what it has to do with is the fact that black people continue.
Answer my question.
No, if-
Very little to
you're-
Does
nothing.
it? Yes or no?
Very
You're
little.
not allowing
Answer.
me to listen. You're not going to be like you're not my boss.
You
So
guys
don't
do the
tell me
same shit.
don't
You
tell me
guys
how
talk
I
over
have to
people all the
answer
time. I
your
was just
question.
over there
Okay,
with you shutting
nobody's
people down.
nobody's intimidated from you telling me how I'm
I'm
going to
not
answer
trying
your
to
question.
intimidate you. I'm
You're
trying
not
to have
going
an
to
honest
cut me off.
conversation.
Okay.
No, I'm
So
trying to have an honest
why don't you
conversation,
stop?
which you
Why
guys
don't you
do
stop
not want to.
exercising your invisible white privilege and let the black girl talk for a second? Okay.
No, this has nothing to do with
Okay.
that.
So to answer your question,
So white
I
privilege
will-
exists. Wait.
you're exercising your invisible white privilege and let the black girl talk for a second. Okay.
No, this has nothing to do with
Okay,
that.
so to answer your question,
So white privilege
everything
exists.
that you're
Wait,
talking
wait, wait,
about-
wait, wait,
no,
wait.
I said invisible white privilege.
does it exist
I
then?
said
She did say invisible. Like she was being sarcastic because he just wouldn't shut up.
invisible white privilege. If you listen,
Of course it's
okay?
invisible.
So
White
first
privilege
things
is not a
first,
tangible
white
thing.
privilege does not exist. Economic privilege does exist. Okay. If you're asking me, do I think the black community has been crippled economically? The answer would be yes. It has been crippled economically by Democrat policies. You just heard
Who
me
cares
say that
who
in
does
there.
it?
I
Democrats
care,
are
because that
Americans.
tells you-
Democrats are in America,
because
so
that
therefore
tells
you just
that
admitted
tells you-
that there has been disadvantages
it
by
is not
two
race.
black
It
people
is not-
by Democrats
it is
who are
not
American.
based
You
off
just
of
admitted
the.
it.
It is not based off. You asked
No.
me if white privilege exists. The answer is white privilege. Because you're born white, that means you're going to not have this or that. It does not exist. No, it does not
You just
exist.
admitted that the Democrats, the boogeyman Democrats,
They're not boogeymen. They
disadvantaged
exist.
the black
Boogeyman
people.
doesn't exist.
No,
60 years
Democrats
ago.
do exist.
they did it.
So
60
boogeyman means doesn't
They did
exist.
it.
Just so you know, there
We're
are
talking about
Democrats.
So
today.
you admit that it exists.
60.
I don't think you're comprehending. You're not.
So,
You're not
let- let-
I'm
comprehending.
not sure that you are. You said
60 years ago, white people had it better than black people. Over time, there's no more systemic laws that are in place. Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. What can a white person
Do
do
we
that a black person
disproportionately-
cannot do today in today's America? Name one thing.
well, black people. have a
Answer
harder-
the question. Isn't that
I'm
how
about to
this
answer
works?
the fucking question. black people who smoke marijuana, black and white people smoke marijuana at the same rates. Yet a black person is 3 to 4 times more likely to be put in jail for that.
Okay.
And I know the reason why, because the police are in the urban communities. It's easier to police those communities.
Because actually, I had a girlfriend. I had a family member who got a DUI, and I had a girlfriend who got a DUI.
Just to let you know, by just saying what you're saying and standing up here and knowing.
And I had a girlfriend because actually.
And I know the reason why, because the police are in the urban communities. It's easier to police those communities.
Because actually, I had a girlfriend.
I would assume that if that statistic is true, if white people and black people smoke the Mary Jane at the same rate, but black people get arrested more, I would assume it's because they're in areas that are policed a lot more than their white counterparts. But that's just an assumption. I don't know. I've never, looked too deeply into that. If anybody has, if all of that is true, this is just making an assumption. But y'all can let me know in the comment section, please, because I've never looked that one up. That was just off the top of the head.
I had a family member who got a DUI, and I had a girlfriend who got a DUI.
Just to let you know, by just saying what you're saying and standing up here and knowing what's going on through the police brutality, through injustice,
I
all
love
this stuff.
This is so. I love that behind me. There's like black people rolling their eyes, but the two white guys are yelling at me, telling me that I don't agree with them. This is what I love about white liberals, right? Like they know it's so important for them to sell us our oppression that they'll come up and tell us we're a disgrace. Just say.
She's 100% right. It is so weird to sit back and have a white person tell a black person that the black person is oppressed. Oh no, you should feel oppressed, and once again, I go back to, I want to say it was the Larry Elder documentary, Uncle T. And by the way, you definitely should check that out. It's a great documentary. But the guy was like, it's equivalent to, someone choking you telling them that they're choking you, and they say, but I love you. Yeah, picture that. Picture that. Someone choking you. You telling them, you're choking me. And they're saying, but I love you. But I love you. You're oppressed. No, I'm not. I'm fine. I'm good. No, you really are oppressed. You need to feel oppressed. You need to be mad and angry at the world. No, I'm okay. I'm enjoying life. I'm happy. I'm fine. No. You should be sad and depressed and angry and all of these other emotions. Trust me. No, I'm good. I know it doesn't it sound wild? It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't. I'm sorry, it just doesn't.
This is what I love about white liberals, right? Like they know it's so important for them to sell us our oppression that they'll come up and tell us we're a disgrace. Just say it. Just say it.
Can you speak for all
black people? Well, why
black
don't you
people?
stop speaking for black people? That would be great. Okay?
I'm not.
I have to. That's a mic drop. Just walk away from the table. Candace just needs to drop the mic and walk away from the table. The mic will literally combust into flames as soon as she dropped it, and the whole set is over. I mean, my goodness. That is a way to end it all right there. Run that back.
They'll come up and tell us we're a disgrace. Just
say it.
Just say it.
Can you speak for all
why
black
don't you
people?
stop speaking for black people? That would be great. Okay?
I'm not.
Oh, wow. Yeah. You go, Candace. You go. Golly. Man, you love to see it. Man, oh man, was that one of the best mic drop moments we have seen thus far. Y'all have any other mic drop moments like that? Please, I'm begging you, send them my way now. My social media links are in the description. Or, of course, you can always comment, the title of the video or leave the link to the video in the comment section. Wow, was that incredible. My goodness. And the guy was just like relentless. Like he kept going at it. Like Candace or Charlie were going to change their answer. No, you're oppressed. Agree with me. No, actually, we're not. That's no. Oh, you're oppressed. Privilege, white privilege exists. No, it doesn't. Like that has been eradicated. No, the R word, it's there. It's there. It's no, not to the extent that it would affect anyone's daily life. No, trust me. He just kept going back to it, even though everything was being refuted. Once again, I just will never understand situations and circumstances like that. It's just so awkward and really more so sad to watch. It is. And then you had the other guy who came up and tried to berate Candace because she didn't play victim. Oh, you're just supposed to lay down and play victim when a white person comes up to you and says that you've been oppressed. You know what I mean? Like it's almost like that is what they expect. A black person just to lay down and play victim. Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. I'm a victim. I'm a victim. I'm a victim. I'm a victim. Mm-hmm. Like, get out of here. That stuff is just so mind-boggling to me. I don't get it. I really don't. It's weird. People need to stop doing that. Stop doing that. And like I said before, honestly, it's more hurtful than it is helpful. And I go back to when you brainwash these kids to think that way, to have that type of mindset, to where they're always victims and they always will be victims and they'll never be victors and they don't have any control over their life, you demotivate them. They lose motivation. Oh, well, if I try hard at this, there's just going to be the big bad boogeyman white man that's going to stand in my way. So I guess what's the point of trying, right? You hurt a whole lot more than you help by saying and doing these types of things, in my humble opinion. But y'all can let me know how you feel about it in the comment section. But just from my estimation, if all you're being fed is that you're a victim and the white man is out to get you and you're always going to be oppressed and they're always going to hold you down and you need to be angry at the world and sad because the white man's holding you down, so to speak, what's the point of trying? If that's what you had been told your entire life, are you actually going to try in life? No, you aren't. Man, as soon as I accomplish anything, the white man, the big bad boogeyman white guy, he's just gonna come take it away. So now you have a whole generation who just have given up on life. Just given up. That is the angry part about the situation. That's what people should be enraged about. You're actually causing these young individuals to just lose all motivation and hope. But anyway, y'all let me know what you felt about this one in the comment section below. Like, share, comment, and of course, hit that subscribe button before you go. It's totally free. It's right up over there. And last thing, if you would like to support the channel more than you already have by liking, commenting, and subscribing, my PayPal link is in the description where you can feel free to send me a care package. Peace and love. I'm out.